Death Stranding.
Kyle, I love you.
Yeah, I love every Death Stranding thing that has happened. I just laser focus on all those trailers. What's wrong? Are you okay?
Like every little tweet, every weird little cryptic tease.
Like people seem to be getting frustrated. Like people get frustrated by how confusing those early trailers are, and this one is equally confusing. But I just really love just how it I can theorize like crazy about it, and this one definitely had some gameplay in it that showed him it looked like he was delivering packages kind of, and this risk reward of maybe you bring a bigger package
Kyle, come on, you little cheeky bastard.
This is how it works. But
but okay, so
I have more to say.
All right, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. I'll circle back.
I wanted to focus on the delivery thing because that is the most tangible thing. And contrary to what we wanted from this podcast so desperately, no UI for Death Stranding. But they did technically
You really
show,
wanted UI?
We were joking about on the podcast. I think you're on that episode where we're super excited about UI for Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah, actually, I do remember that now.
No,
yeah.
but
just to confirm that it's gameplay, right?
Didn't happen. Yeah. And so they set up some lore in the beginning. Here's the dialogue, if you will indulge me, right?
Yes.
So the lady from Mission Impossible 5, she says, "You have dooms like me. What's your level?" And he says, "I've got the extinction factor." And then they talk about I'm just at the point where I know their presence of these weird beings, but I can't see them. But it seems like she can see the weird handprint monsters. So there's some sort of doom virus, the time fall, if they touch you, you age super fast, all that stuff.
Unless you eat mealworms.
Right, you got to suck on those grubs, whatever the hell's going on, Hakuna Matata.
Grub sucking.
But the weird thing then is she's like, "Do you want to join me?" Which seems like she's more of a fighter. And he's like, "No, I'm a delivery boy." And then it's just a bunch, the only gameplay shots are him just roaming around this beautiful landscape where it's is this the Death Stranding gameplay? Just roaming the countryside? Because that is a lot of environmental work, a lot on the art team. For this new studio, just to create enough of a landscape for you to journey and be interesting, that's a tall order.
It's just like the scenes from Lord of the Rings where they're walking through
it really
fields.
Is.
What is this?
And I mean, I think the thing that quickly got me excited is I was getting a little bit of a Breath of the Wild vibe, watching him just climb and move around. And he was looking over a cliff.
Yeah.
What? Hanson, what's wrong? Are you okay?
What am I doing now?
People are being impregnated by Ben Reeves' shorts.
How is this? How can they see?
Reeves, your wiener is out of your
Do they have Superman vision?
Just lower the quality of the stream.
You're right.
So a lot of climbing and big landscapes and stuff like that.
It looks very Metal Gear.
There we go. There. Thank you, Cyril. And he was walking up to a ledge, and I was like, I swear to God, if he jumps off the ledge and starts floating down, I'm done. This is the game I need.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you.
Beautiful.
Did you think, Imran? I think you said oh, those are the Metal Gear Solid 5 animations.
Yeah, the clambering animation
really?
for.
That's
it
fine.
looks similar, but
I mean, it probably just this is what I think clambering looks
great
like.
Animation. Yeah. I'm still I love how little I know in a weird way. I don't know what those creatures are. I don't know what that baby is. We saw its butt, which is, that's
It's
good.
my baby.
Yeah. I think that's very fun.
It's some kind of overlap between what's happening here and the stream.
Yeah, all I know for sure is I did not like that scene when he ripped off that toenail. God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
But
You literally put up your hand to
Hey, buddy, you've got a little robot behind you that's floating around. Sit on that thing and float your destination. Don't just grind your feet into the ground. But I love this idea of long haul trucker, but he only walks. And also there's crazy death demons that are facilitating the destruction of the entire universe around you.
And
that's a good game.
They did offer a little bit of that, which I think we've been hinted at recently, of if you die, sure, you'll come back, but you're going to leave a crater behind. I'm still not totally clear on what that means, but the one thing
symbolic of Kojima and Konami.
Yeah. The one thing I don't really want from this game is a lot of online implementation, which is what some rumors are pointing
That's
towards.
That's what Mads Mikkelsen has been saying the entire time.
Wait, he said that?
Wait, how does he know?
He's in the game.
He's in the game.
Well, I know he's in the game, but
He's
what
the
would
baby's
an actor
butt.
know
Kojima
about-
has been explaining the game to him apparently multiple times.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get it yet, but he knows that it has a lot to do with global cooperation.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm not in love with that part of it. I want a weird ass single player story from Kojima. I hope I can get that from this game.
It looks like you'll get that from that trailer.
Yeah, but I think they're hinting at with those conversations with the woman, maybe classes and teaming up with other people and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Do you think
yeah,
the game's just a walking simulator?
Literally?
Yeah.
That's what that trailer implied, didn't it?
It was pretty crazy.
I bet it won't be, but
Just a lot of
it's
walking.
interesting. I wonder if just walking is the cheapest thing they can show. And we expect so much from Death Stranding. That game did not start development that long ago. They chose their engine like 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Him and Cerny went on like a world tour of engines.
Right. Party time. I can't believe they filmed it, made a Road Rules series. But people expect so much, so maybe it's just the walking is the only thing they have concretely down right now, and so that's what they want to show.
And I'm intrigued by that at a base level, just moving around that cool looking environment, and it looks creepy. Like it looks really creepy.
And those hands are so cool.
The hands look really good.
And like the floating people in the sky,
the weird Psycho Mantis guys, totally. I'm 100% with you.
Yes.
The only downside, outside of the toenail ripping, her umbrella's got to go. That stupid, weird-shaped umbrella. What is that? You know they're going to try and sell that.
Well, I don't know. They have the weird,
the blinky thing I'm on board for.
Look at me. Like maybe the umbrella is just a conversion of those shields to it's like a multi-tool.
Okay, I'll accept
cool
that.
now.
But if that's just a straight-up umbrella in the Death Stranding universe...
I don't understand why you're upset by an umbrella. That seems very stupid.
Did you see that umbrella?
Yeah, it looks like the umbrella of the future.
No. Umbrella of the future will look exactly like an umbrella of today. That looked like some garbage. Some weird shapes and squares overlapping on themselves.
Next time you ask me for an umbrella in the rain, which happens often.
I know.
Ella.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay,
I hope
Imran.
that
I'm glad you didn't
Sony-
get closer on the mic for that one,
I
Imran.
hope that Sony eventually gives them money to hire some voice acting talent for this game. Somebody who can finally get rid of these temp actors.
Well, they made a big deal out of the reveal at the end, and I gotta say that Lindsay Wagner.
Yeah.
Cyril,
I think I
Cyril
recognize
in the
her.
booth. It's the Bionic Woman from the 70s. Is that why it was a big deal? Because they de-aged her. Yeah. Cyril says yes.
Cyril, he has
Cyril
a lot of
says
confidence
yes.
in that. Yes.
Right. And actually, he has that umbrella as well.
And who
It's
was
very
the
confusing.
who was the other actress? Because she's familiar too.
She's from Mission Impossible 5. Is what I know her from. Right. Yeah.
And by the way,
okay.
Every time they showed gameplay, it was Norman Reedus. That's his name, right?
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't because I think he was wearing different clothing occasionally, right? Sometimes the colors.
Sometimes people do that. They'll change their clothing.
Not in video games, they don't.
I mean, also Kojima is not above lying in a trailer.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true. Maybe Norman dies in the first 5 minutes.
That's true.
But yeah, so excited for Death Stranding. I'm not totally clear on what it is, and that makes it all the more exciting.
That was just a clip from a larger show called The Game Informer Show. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, or GameInformer.com. We take the fun opportunities and exclusive information from Game Informer magazine and boil it into a show that airs every Thursday with exclusive cover story information, developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So come love games with us.